like button, hit the subscribe button. I might be quick on this one. I know we've been going extra hard, extra heavy. This particular video, you see the question that I asked in the title. Why is it that Charlie Kirk, he asked the question. Charlie Kirk asked the question. I just saw the clip. He said, why can't white folks speak on black people having a baby mama crisis and black crime and violence and all this good stuff? He's asking why is it that we can do it, but he can't do it and they can't do it. Today, that's what we're going to break down. Big shout out to everybody for tapping in. Top Flight TV, Mr. Top Flight Films. Y'all know that the threats have been coming. People have been out of their damn mind. They're very upset about this whole thing. I'm not here to drag Charlie anymore. I said what I had to say. It is what it is. But as far as this topic goes, Charlie Kirk, he posed the question. And he posed this question often. And this seems to be the sentiment of a lot of people. Hey, you guys can talk about it. Why can't I talk about it? You guys can say the N-word. Why can't I say the N-word? I'm going to try to not cuss as much as I used to. This is why. All right? For everybody that's tuning in, I don't care what color you are, please understand this. Take this for what it is. Listen to it. The reason why we don't want other people speaking about these issues in the manner that Charlie Kirk was speaking on these issues is because it's done in bad faith, okay? When black people in these neighborhoods and black people in the black community meet, I just did several videos on violence within the community. I just did a video on the nightlife in the black community, okay? The difference between me and Charlie Kirk doing a video or talking about these topics is, when I talk about it, it is in good faith. I really want to see change, okay? I live it, all right? I've been very affected by gun violence and violence, period. This is the difference. I experience it. Charlie Kirk has not. It doesn't really affect Charlie Kirk. But when he speaks about it or spoke about it, it's in bad faith, meaning you don't really want to do anything about it. See, the thing is, Charlie Kirk was in a position. He was in a position just like many other people on that side of the fence, on both sides of the fence, Democrat, Republican. They're in a position to fix all this shit. You understand? They can fix all a lot of the issues that they love to talk about. Texas Bama, what it do? I'm gonna get to the comments in a minute. Texas Bama said not all black people use the N-word. Yeah. The people that speak about black crime, the people that speak about baby mamas, the people that speak about single family homes, single mother homes, you all don't really care. Let's just be honest. You don't care. You talk about it in a derogatory way. You speak about it in a bad faith way. It's not genuine. You don't want to help, okay? It doesn't affect you, okay? And you don't want to, you honestly, if you didn't have these things to talk about, what would you talk about? So when he asked the question, when Charlie Kirk asked the question, well, why can't we talk about these things and black people can talk about these things? Well, it's just it's common sense, man, okay? Again, when I talk about something that goes on in my community, I'm talking about it from a place, right, from my heart. I want good things to happen for the people I know, the cities that I've visited, the family that I have in these places. When Charlie Kirk comes on here to talk about it, his whole thing was to denigrate, okay? Even though there were times where he would hug black folks, or he's in the car with Candace Owens singing R. Kelly, and listen to the way he talked about hip-hop. The way he talked about hip-hop was, we need to stop listening to that hip-hop stuff, that degenerate, this is his exact words, we need to stop listening to that degenerate hip-hop stuff and go back to the music that created our country, what music would that be? What music would that be? So just off of the fact that he said hip hop was degenerate, lets us know he does not like our culture, because hip hop is a major piece of our culture. If you don't like hip hop and you call it degenerate, that is like a code word for black music. You understand? He denigrated Beyonce. What the fuck would you denigrate Beyonce for? Do you understand? Why would you listen? I'm asking all the Charlie Kirk supporters. He was such a God-fearing man, right? I don't know any Christians that would just come out and just talk about Beyonce and how horrible her music was. But I'm not gonna get caught up on Beyonce. The topic of this video is Charlie Kirk asks, why is it that black people can talk about baby mama issues and violence in the community and he can't? I'm gonna say it again, because he really didn't give a fuck. Do you understand? He really doesn't care or didn't care about what goes on in these neighborhoods, because if he did, there'd be more initiatives, more programs. He was very connected with Donald Trump. You understand? He was very connected politically. You dig? And a lot of the times people want to talk about these issues. They want to talk about these issues, but they don't want to offer any solutions. Jimmy the Gent, I'm going to get to the comments in a second. Where are the solutions when you all talk about, every time you come in my chat, all you say is, well, what about Chicago? Or you say, well, y'all got to stop killing each other. Where are the solutions? Do you guys have any solutions? No, you don't, because you don't care. When are we going to be honest about this? Let's just be honest, because we already know. It doesn't affect you. It just doesn't. You just want to complain about it. And villainize black folks as a whole, because we know that most black folks are not in the hood killing and drilling. We know this. You go to work, you work with black folks. You walk out your house, you might have some black neighbors. You go to the store, you see black folks. Everybody's not killing and drilling. But this narrative about this crime bullshit and these stats, the stats have been debunked, y'all. The stats have been debunked. And I told y'all one of my last broadcasts that people believe what they want to believe. You understand? If you want to believe that black people are messing up the country, which is total bullshit, because let's peep this. Let's talk about this. We've always been the problem. Y'all know that we've always been the problem. I'm talking about when we were dressed to the T in suits. We were cooperative people. We were very docile people. Humble, I ain't gonna say docile, but we were humble people. When they let us out of slavery, we were very humble, right? We were taking care of our business. We were building cities. We were very productive, right? People, y'all, that was still hanging niggas from trees. Make this make sense. When have we never been the problem? When have you all never complained about black people? You have always complained about black people. Listen, I understand that you all want to come into the chat and just repeat the same shit. I ask you to have an open mind today. I ask you to have an open mind and to think today. Charlie Kirk, his rhetoric is more popular than ever, and it is exhausting and it is irritating to see how many people cannot think for themselves. I've been doing live stream after live stream after live stream, and all people keep doing is saying exactly what he said word for word, as if it's profound. It's just not profound, y'all. So the best thing to do would be to let's have an open mind. I want to give Trump as an example. I got a homeboy. He's a white boy. Good friend of mine. Him and his brother. I know his mother. I got love for the whole family. They're very avid Trump supporters, at least he is. And he swayed me on Trump. I kind of look at Trump in a different light because of me and his discussions. So instead of sitting back saying, no, Trump this, Trump that, no, and just being tunnel vision, I started to open my mind up. You understand? And that's what y'all need to do. You need to open your damn mind up, man. Get the hate out your heart. Listen, I know it's hard. Get the hate. Y'all got a deep-seated hatred. Okay? That you gotta let out your heart, man. You understand? It's a long track record of hatred that's been going on for a long time that y'all can't see past the hatred. You dig? Let's get to these comments, man. Let's try to be intelligent. Maybe somebody can be intelligent. You dig? Um, okay, yeah. Mike said, what you need to do is go wash your face, boy. Okay, all right. You worry about another nigga face. Like, what kind of girl are you? All right, hey, girl. Hey, girl. Flying Unicorn said, I would have loved to see you debate Charlie Kirk. You would have lost. Charlie Kirk was easy. He was easy money, bro. Like, y'all are impressed by Charlie Kirk. Y'all were impressed by Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was, do y'all understand? Listen, man. I want the people who aren't on his nutsack, the people who aren't on Charlie's nutsack, I want y'all to understand that Charlie was not deep. He was not deep, y'all. There was nothing that he was talking about that would have blown anybody out of, like, oh, that's so deep, except the guys in the comments, the followers, the goddamn nutsuckers. Y'all thought dude was so deep. That shit is easily debunkable. That's why he only talked to college kids. He didn't talk to real scholars. You understand? I'm not saying I'm a real scholar because I'm far from it. But I would have respected your man Charlie if he would have sat with some scholars. You understand? Let's be real, man. I'm full of shit. Okay. Soda said, oh, so promoting Jesus Christ isn't important. Let's get to the religious aspect. Man, listen. Do y'all know how phony this religious shit is? All of a sudden, all of these races are Christian again. All of a sudden, America's a Christian nation again. It is making me sick to my stomach. Because we know y'all are full of shit. Y'all are full of shit. Like, y'all, do y'all know that we can see how full of shit you are? We know that you're not practicing Christianity, okay? You're practicing a sick, deranged form of Christianity. You're practicing the same Christianity that they practiced back in slavery. You dig? Y'all are not fucking Christians. Y'all are not goddamn, come on, man. You're not living on principle. Let me tell you why you're not living on principle. If you were living on principle, first of all, you would not be idolizing Charlie Kirk. He's like the new Jesus Christ to you motherfuckers. You degenerate motherfuckers. I'm sorry, I said I was gonna cuss. I'm gonna try not to cuss, man. That's where you're going wrong. Number two, the person you're idolizing, he was a liar. I proved that on my last stream yesterday. I want to hold everybody accountable real quick. All the real people, all the real men and women. You can insult me all you want, but I want you to look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you a real man or a real woman? And then I want you to go look at my video. You don't have to look at my video. Go pull up the clip where Charlie Kirk talks about Trayvon Martin. Charlie Kirk lied. And nobody will acknowledge that he lied. He said Trayvon Martin hunted George Zimmerman. You people in the chat know that's a lie. Why would your Christian leader, why would he lie about that? I thought he was a good Christian. Gabonis says, can someone fact check everything? Go fact check it right now. Go fact check and ask, did Charlie Kirk say word for word that Trayvon Martin, a 17-year-old boy, did he hunt? He said he hunted George Zimmerman. The whole world knows that's a lie. You know that's a lie, and you cover your eyes to the lie. That's why you're not a Christian. That's why you're not practicing Christianity. You didn't hold Charlie accountable for the crazy things that he said. What kind of Christian runs around from state to state denigrating people's culture without solution? Who? How? King Jones says, I agree with everything you're saying, King. Salute to you. Listen, they don't like the way I'm talking, man. They're not very happy. You can see the comments, okay? These people are very angry and they're very degenerate. You understand? They can't even have an intelligent conversation. Um, yeah, I know it's a bunch of clown emojis. I know all you can do is cope in these comments. That's it. I know. Robert Bradshaw, I'm watching my mouth right now. I'll get more disrespectful just because you said that. Don't just chill. I'm trying to be disrespectful, all right? Because you're not gonna do shit. You understand? Um, let's see. Scaby, shout out to you, homeboy. Y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button for me, man. Somebody said your point is stupid. Even if was correct on that topic, proof to me you knew he was lying, not being. No. You listen. Which one is it? Is he a genius and brilliant, or is he just made a mistake? Which one is it? You don't make them. You can't make that big of a mistake to say that somebody that was walking home minding their business hunted somebody. George Zimmerman got out of his car for the sole purpose to follow Trayvon Martin. See, in this disease called racism, you guys try to spin the narrative, and it's disgusting because we see you. You all think that we're such low IQ individuals that we can't see your disgusting, lying, deceptive ways. Come on, man. We see you. You dig? Mr. Lowe, shout out to you, man. No problem. All y'all can do is insult. That's all y'all can do. Y'all can't do nothing else. Because the reality is, y'all know that all of this hype over Charlie, it really ain't got nothing to do with Charlie. It has something to do with the message. Okay? It has something. All this hype for Charlie is a symbol. It's symbolism. Okay? All of this fake Christianity that y'all trying to act like y'all practice now, and how America is such a Christian nation now, fuck, please. Please. Who are you fooling? You're not fooling anybody with this Christian act. Charlie didn't fool anybody except y'all with this Christian act. All of this, we're loving Christian America. That is the most evilest Christianity I've ever seen in my life. That's the same Christianity where you used to hang people from trees. You know what? Let me school my people real quick. Do y'all know at church back in the day, they used to announce the lynchings? Did y'all know that? They used to announce the lynchings. They say, hey, yeah, we're going to have a fish fry this Sunday. We're going to sing these songs, bring your hymnal. We're going to go over these verses on this next Sunday, and we're going to hang a nigger about 8 o'clock p.m. Make sure you come on out and bring some food and yeah. Do y'all know they used to announce? Do y'all know they used to announce lynchings at the church house? This is the Caucasian Christianity. Did y'all know that? Texas Bama. Yeah, Texas Bama said exactly. I know real Christians when I see them. I'm not even a Christian, but let me tell you something. My people, they practice real Christianity, because you'll see certain people out here hugging and forgiving Charlie. And that's why I'm not a Christian. Okay. You dig? Sully said they are real Christians. So I don't know what. Victorious one. Shout out to you, my boy. V San said Charlie isn't. He was. Yeah, he was. Yeah. Matthew said times have changed, bud. No, times haven't changed. It's just this thing has gotten more insidious and it's gotten more deceptive. Racism is more deceptive than it was. It's not outright as it used to be. You understand that? The white supremacists got very smart. They understood. They said, hey, we can't run around calling people niggers and chasing them down the street with nooses. We can't do that anymore because we're going to fuck around and go to war. Okay? That's one thing. The other thing is, it's just not socially acceptable anymore. There was a point in time where all this stuff was socially acceptable. The people that they hung, they would all stand around, right? The whole neighborhood, the whole town would come. It was a big deal to hang a nigga. They'd all come. Your ancestors, your forefathers, you. They would all stand around And I say you, the people who are saying racist things in my chat, they were standing around. They are pictures that, go fact check this. They are still pictures that exist. They used to make postcards of niggas hanging. Now, I want to go back to my point. What were we doing so bad back then? Wanting to use a water fountain? Whistling at a white woman? Wanting to go into a store that was segregated? We have always been the problem in your eyes. There's never been a time where you guys didn't make us the scapegoat. Never. Don't let these people make you think that you're the goddamn problem. Charlie Kirk was here to deflect from white supremacy. He was here to keep your eye off of the ball. He was here to say, well, hey, what about mass shootings? Well, you mean including gang shootings? No. We're talking about the mass shooting. We're talking about the crazy ass school shooters and all that type of stuff. We're not talking about the urban street crime. Okay? He was here to deflect from all that. My brothers and sisters, do not let these people make you think that you are the problem. Do we have a problem in the black community? Absolutely. Do they have a problem in the white community? Absolutely. Do the Latinos have a problem in the Latino community? Absolutely. Everybody got problems. Their job is to specialize in diverting to our problems. Do y'all get that? Let's get to some more of these comments, man. '83 Gator, what it do, homie? Philip Kramer said it's not about race, it's about evil. No, it's absolutely about race. Don't let nobody run that bullshit on you neither, y'all. They're gonna tell you it's not about race, but they just found two individuals hung from trees in 2025. After these people was in the street talking about fight, white man, fight back. Fight back against who? You're gonna go to Utah and fight back against those people? After they was in the street talking about fight back, you know these people pissed. Because they can't blame. Look, in spite of a white man shooting Charlie Kirk, they're still talking about us. That man got sniped, okay, in front of 3,000 people. They're still talking about black on black crime. Racism is a disease. It infects your goddamn brain. It will eat and infect. It will eat. Hatred will infect your brain. It will decay your brain. It will make you prioritize black people over kids that were gunned down in a school. Why are we the priority? It could be your school next. We know for a motherfucking fact, the gangbangers in Memphis, Chicago, LA, DC, New York, we know for a fact they're not going to go to your kid's school tomorrow. Walk through the door with an AR-15 and start chopping shit. We know that. You know that. Why aren't you talking about these issues? I'll be all the clowns you want me to be, but at the end of the day, you're the biggest clown for not being intellectual and speaking on these things. Why is it so hard for you guys to speak on these things? I know it's an uncomfortable topic. See, men, right? Men, we can have uncomfortable conversations. You dig? People who aren't men have to come into my chat with insults, and I love it. I love all the insults. Bring them on, because y'all know why I love the insults, because you all are the fruit that Charlie Kirk bared. You all are a product. If he was so Christian, if he had such a great message, my chat would not look like this. Where are my real Christians at? White or black, Mexican, whatever. I want y'all to take notice. Take notice to all of these good Christians. This is the Christian America that they talking about. It's deep. Look at them. Bobby Jose said, are you a Muslim or not a man? I don't know what that means. Why said, why do you hate Charlie Kirk? He did nothing wrong. I don't hate Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was nobody for me to hate. He was nobody for me. He didn't affect me. Some of the stuff that he was doing was trying. See, the thing is, they're going to try to push this narrative. They're going to try to scapegoat. They're going to try to deflect to our community. But it will never work, because the reality is what's understood does not need to be explained. The whole world can see what the fuck is going on in America. You think Putin is worried about Chicago? You think him and his allies is over there laughing about Chicago? You think North Korea care about Chicago? They know the degeneracy that's coming from the top down. They're not worried about Chicago. So y'all can deflect. Y'all can do all that. Rick, shout out to you, homie. Y'all hit that like button for a player, man. Subscribe if you like the content. We here. We do this daily, man. We put foot to ass. We put belt to ass to all these goddamn racists. You dig? They can't handle it. And they say the corniest shit too. On it said report going crazy tonight. I don't know what it means. Carlos says it's rich versus poor. Well, now let me tell you, Charlie Kirk pulled the wool over all you racists. He pulled the wool over all y'all eyes. Did y'all see my man? Y'all see how he was living? Y'all didn't get a piece of that action, did y'all? All that money he extracted from the hatred. All that money he's like a evil Joel Osteen. And let me tell y'all, because you can be mad at me all you want, but the reality is he played y'all. The whole religious thing is to seal the deal. The Christian thing is to seal the deal. It's always a portion of religious zeal that goes on amongst these cults. Okay, that's how you make a cult. You got to have some sort of religion intertwined within it. You understand? Naya says that the black man care about Chicago. What are you talking about Chicago for? What are you talking about black in Chicago? Your man, Mr. Kirk, just got his TV turned off, right? By a white man in Utah. Why are you talking about Chicago? Somebody tell me, man. Somebody tell me. Lucas says, we can tell you're well informed and educated. Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you. Darn Bung Julio said, black people affect white people. Therefore, we can talk about y'all whenever we want. Nobody affects you, sir. Nobody affects you whatsoever. But let me tell you what did affect you. Last week, okay, when that shot rang off, as Charlie was deflecting to black crime, and that shot rang off, everybody in the nation is affected now. You understand? Do you know that to be true? If somebody got killed in Chicago last night, you wouldn't even know about it. But we know that we on the verge of a civil war. We know that there are millions of people crying and upset today, right? That's a different level of violence, okay? The racist people have always had an awesome level of violence. Gangbangers in Chicago have never pulled up a U-Haul van with full of explosives and parked it in front of a daycare center. We don't have that history. We don't have that history. Dylan Roof ran into a church with 9 old people praying to God, and he took their lives. We don't have that history. Yes, we have issues. We have a degenerate sector that are killing. Absolutely. Absolutely. But we don't have that fucking level of violence. You understand? The Unabomber. What the fuck? The Unabomber? Like, this is bigger than Nino Brown. This is big. This is evil, sinister, Columbine. I'm talking about the way they run into these schools. That should be the #1 priority. right? Now people are getting people fired. You guys are the new snowflakes. You guys are the new snowflakes. How does it feel to be a snowflake? They have a new database. They have a new database where they are tracking the people who were mean to Charlie Kirk. They're tracking people who are saying mean things about Charlie Kirk. Y'all are the new snowflake. You dig? You should be ashamed of yourself. Let me tell you, I'm not a Democrat or Republican. I went so hard on the Democrats last year. It's all on my page. You can watch it. I went so hard on the Democrats last year. So I'm very tapped in with Republicans. And we have conversations. You understand? And I understand where the Republicans were coming from, the guys who like Trump. I get it. I totally get it. But this is the thing. I sat and watched the Republicans, the MAGA people, do the most vile shit last year. They were so cold and callous, okay, towards Democrats, towards the issues that the Democrats were trying to address. See, what we did was when people would ask us about Palestine, we were like, that's not my business. I'm worried about FBA business. That's what we did. A lot of the evil racist people, you all had memes, right, of dead people. You all were very vile and very disrespectful, very unapologetically disrespectful. But now you have databases. You have a database keeping track of people who say mean things and about Charlie Kirk and hurt your feelings. What is this shit? What is this shit? Go ahead and report my shit. I don't care. You can't report the truth. You can't report the truth. You dig? Ain't nothing but facts in here. Look at them. Look at the snowflakes. Reported. You're reported. We want you out of here. I know you want me out of here. I know you want this real talk, but you gonna get this goddamn work. We gonna give y'all this work. You dig? Yeah. All they gotta do for real, listen. All YouTube has to do is pull up this live chat and see who was violating terms and conditions. All YouTube has to do is pull up the chat and see who the real hateful people are. See, racism, you guys, the racists always want to be narcissists. Don't be a narcissist. You know nobody here is being hateful. I'm just telling the truth and you don't like it. Z said, this guy is a joke. Who doesn't know real history? Okay, I don't know real history. Mountain Bike Addict said DC Sniper was black. I'll give you that. DC Snipers were black. Okay, name somebody else. Did the DC Snipers, they're in jail by now, at this point. They're in jail right now, by the way. Did the DC Snipers blow up buildings? No. And kill hundreds of people? No. So I'll give you the DC Snipers. See, we're fair over here. We don't practice narcissism and we don't practice racism. We're very fair over here. You got that? So that was a good one. Good one. Jaden says, I honestly support this guy because Trump has done nothing but harm my family, not to mention Charlie Kirk supports him. Listen here, man. Y'all have been, you racists have pissed off a lot of different groups. Okay, you all have been insensitive to a lot of different people. All right, and you guys can't see it. I know you can't see it because now you're the victim. Now Israel is putting belt to your ass, right? Isn't Israel spanking y'all heinies? Don't y'all keep complaining about the Jews? Aren't you guys the new oppressed? Shaking Jones says the World Trade Center, Timothy McVeigh. Yeah, and shit. Y'all the ones that say 9/11 was an inside job. We can throw that in there for a cherry on top. Y'all did that, right? Didn't the government do that? Oh, they didn't do that anymore? Okay. LOL Troll said, also as weird as F to support someone in the Epstein file. It's weird. Let me ask y'all, do y'all think that dude took out Charlie Kirk, got his TV turned off? Do y'all think he got his TV turned off because he was going to release the Epstein files? Do y'all believe that? Smoky Mountain, shout out to you. King Jaguar said they feel empowered by the guy in power. Yeah. Yeah. Taylor said, I don't believe anything you say. Of course you don't. Listen, y'all like children. Y'all like this. It's how y'all look. Remember as a kid, you don't want to hear the fucking truth. Y'all never wanted to hear the truth. But back to my original point. When were black people not the problem? I want y'all to name a year. Name a time when we were not the problem. When we weren't being talked about and how bad we're doing and how much we're messing up America. We've always been criminalized. If we use the water fountain, it will be criminal charges. See, the history writes itself. The history defends my argument. You understand? There's really nothing that y'all can say, man. Lex T says, thanks for your perspective. As the right says, facts don't have feelings. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. Charlie was allowed to have freedom of speech. Was he not? Seriously, can I get one racist in here to be a man, just for a second? Why? I want somebody to answer this question. I want to hear your answer. Why is it that Charlie can say whatever the fuck he wanted to say out his mouth? But when we say whatever we want to say, why are you telling us that we can't say these things? Do we not have the First Amendment rights? Do we not have that? Yours says, I'm black and you're calling me racist for defending Charlie Kirk. No, I'll call you a coon. That's what you are. You can get out my chat. I don't even talk to coons. You dig? Get the fuck out of here. Bye-bye. I hate y'all worse than I hate racists. I hate a coon worse than I hate a racist. You dig? You can get up out of here, Holmes. Yeah. Nobody wants to answer the question? Oh, so Charlie was speaking, but yeah, so we're not speaking facts? Trucking for Life said, that's facts, bro. Yeah, all facts. All facts. Only people I'm racist against are coons. That's it. That's it. Bradley said, I answered. What fact are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Marissa Hero. Oh, let me guess. You want to go with Main Man? You love Charlie too? Adam says Charlie wasn't racist. You're the racist. See, the thing is, I know a lot of you were fooled, and I get it. I'm gonna have some grace for you because you were fooled. You think because he didn't come out and call people the N-word, he hung with Candace Owens, he talked about Jesus Christ, that he wasn't racist. I get it. I totally get it. A lot of people, y'all know it's a fact that 85% of the people are asleep. So I'm gonna give y'all the benefit of the doubt. 85% of the people are asleep. There's 10% of us that are enlightened. You understand? You're not enlightened, so you don't see what that shit was really about. Okay, I'm gonna say this again. It's a perfect example. If he was such a truth teller, if he wasn't a racist, why would he lie about Trayvon Martin? He said Trayvon Martin hunted George Zimmerman. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? Shotty Skane said, name something a black invented that the piece of the cell phone. What are you talking about? Are you serious? Come on, man. Like, we got plenty of inventions, bro. We got plenty. Okay, Motorcycle said Charlie didn't believe in race. See, y'all say lies. All Charlie, I ain't gonna say all he talked about. Charlie's, when he got on that podium, one of his main talking points was black people. What did he say? Black people need to stop sleeping around. He always talked about black people. See, when you say he doesn't believe in race, you're just lying. You dig? Motorcycle Boy said, nah, gang, you lying. Okay, all right. Are you black too, Motorcycle? Because I'll boot you right up out of here. I cannot stand a raccoon. You dig? Then the man said, yeah, because it's in an issue you should take accountability for. Okay, well, no problem. Cool, no problem. But when are you guys going to take accountability for your school shooters and your mass shooters and your snipers? When are you going to take... Texas Trail Militia, Makai Johnson. Salute to that brother. Makai Johnson, say his fucking name. Salute to that brother. All day. All day. Salute to that brother. Yeah. T said, y'all atheists have no moral obligation to abide by. If we are cosmic soup, who cares? Well, by that logic, how many Christians have done the most atrocious things? How many? We can't even count. We can start at the Catholic Church. We can start at the Catholic Church. You talking about religion? The religion? Oh, okay. So it's not a religion thing. Marissa Hero said, then why do the statistics show such a high rate of single black motherhood? Let me tell you, good question. I said this over and over on my broadcast. Take me, for instance. I've been in a relationship for over 10 years. I don't necessarily want to involve the government in my relationship. Not at this point. A lot of black men feel like that. A lot of black men have girlfriends. We have kids. We live together. We pay mortgages together. We go on vacations together. But we're not married on paper. We're naturally rebellious. You understand? So on paper, it's going to say such and such is a single mother. Do you got that? What is, okay, let me ask y'all a question. See, this is where this religion thing comes in at. Y'all act like Christianity is the say-all, be-all. Everybody doesn't have to get married in holy matrimony. Do y'all understand that part? Why are y'all acting like it is such a bad thing for people not to be married? So you're programmed. You're a part of the goddamn 85% of sheep. You're asleep, goddamn it. Some of us are free thinkers, critical thinkers, and we can move how we want to move without the government dictating our every move. You understand that? Jesse says, you're just full of hate. I hope you find people. Let me tell you, Jesse, listen. I have a heaven on earth. You understand? I have a heaven on earth. I live in heaven. Every day I wake up, it's a heaven for me because I do what I want to do. I live a very peaceful life. You hear conviction, you don't hear hate, okay? Jordan Kelly says you sound ridiculous. Okay, marriage. Marissa Hero said abandoning your children and not being married on paper are not the same thing. You understand that? Listen. Before y'all see, you can't talk to me about this thing. I live in a place that is predominantly white. I travel for work all the time. I go to West Virginia. Enough said. I go to West Virginia. I just left Pennsylvania. I'm talking about certain parts of Maryland where it's white ghettos, where it's white single mothers all up and down, everywhere. You understand? You can't talk to me about this shit. I see things from an equal lens. You all are so stuck and fixated on making black folks just so problematic. That is something that you got to deal with. You understand? You got to ask yourself, why am I so focused on black people? Why am I not tending to my community? Most of the people in my chat, y'all don't give a fuck about your community. You only want to complain about black people because it's convenient. Y'all ever heard the term, don't talk about others to make yourself feel big? That's what's going on. Y'all feel like y'all could talk about black people to make yourself feel bigger and better because you see white supremacy is out of fucking hand right now. You see it's crumbling. You see this shit is it's falling apart. It's falling a goddamn apart. You dig? Yeah, I've heard black fatigue. I know y'all. Well, shit. What you got black fatigue for? You should have Tyler fatigue. He the one killed your man, right? He killed your man. King Jaguar said they want to blame everyone else when the real problem is the people with power and the money. The real problem is white supremacy. Let's just be fucking honest. The real power is white supremacy, dog. This nasty disease called racism and white supremacy. Everybody knows it. Y'all only people that don't want to believe it are the racists. The whole world sees it. The whole world knows it. You dig? And I say it all the time on here. If it wasn't for foundational black Americans, they probably would have been dropped the bomb on this motherfucker. You dig? If it wasn't for foundational black Americans being here and contributing to the humanity of America, because we've contributed so much humanity of America, that they probably would have dropped a goddamn nuke on this place. But they know we're here. You dig? Come on, man. Matt Cosby says, we only 13% of the population, right? That's what they say. That's what they say. BTS says, how long did you spend in prison? Look at that stereotype. Swerve says, smoke a real cigarette like a man. I've been smoking cigarettes since I was 12 years old. This is just fine for me. You dig? Andrew Pond said, you need to travel more. I travel all the time, Mr. Pond. I travel all the time. You dig? Angela, shout out to you, babe. 83 Gator said, bro, I don't know about everyone else, but much love from this white dude. Don't agree with everything you say. Pisses me off a little, but no need to hate you. I shout out to you, homie. Look, listen, 83 Gator, anything I say, man, that you don't agree with, go fact check it, man. Go fact check it. You can bring it back on the channel and prove me wrong. You dig? We don't just say things. See, I would have respected Charlie, and I would respect y'all if you told both sides of the story. Instead of just trashing my culture, you should give both sides of the story. See, Charlie said there's black violence, there's single mothers, but he didn't tell you how it got like that. He said after all this time, you guys couldn't get it together? No, because they dropped crack in the middle of these neighborhoods. He doesn't talk about that. He didn't talk about that. Why didn't he talk about Iran-Contra? Any scholar, any fair individual would tell you the reason why these cities are like this and its violence and its poverty is because of the crack cocaine that they put in these goddamn communities. Why would Charlie bypass that? I know why. You don't know why, because he makes you feel good. He makes you feel good, don't he? Oh, yes, these niggas ain't shit. Oh, yeah, these niggas are so bad. It makes your heart warm. It makes you warm and bubbly inside, don't it? Don't it? Listen, I'll be back. What's the date? I might be back tomorrow. I've been busting ass. I've been busting these racist ass for a week straight. I'll be back tomorrow, probably. Y'all stay tuned. Big shout out to all my real Americans. White supremacists are the most un-American people. Racists, the people in the comments, they're the most un-American people in the country. You guys are not American. You don't believe in what America stands for. You don't. Okay? If you did, you wouldn't be reporting people. You wouldn't have databases. You would say, hey, I'm an American. They're an American. They have freedom of speech. That's what you would do. Texas Bam, I appreciate you, sweetheart. I'm out of here, all right? Peace.